This one I already watched, but I want to react to it as well.
And now he's got an insane duo that he's probably gonna try and stay with.
Attach Retires from Call of Duty, the story of Attach. This was posted by
it all started.
Attach.
Yeah,
18 years ago is when I got my first Call of Duty game, COD 4 Modern Warfare, and I was playing it at a friend's house.
This was such a good
while we
game.
won shipment, and I just knew how to get it. Using the MP5.
Zuma like
the
teared
M16
up.
Red.
Really? When he was
Yeah.
reacting to it? I should watch that after this. I think he has like a...
Dot, and I was just like, wow, this
Attach has another video, I think, of everybody reacting to it. Yep, there it is right there.
is the best game of all time.
My name is Kim
His
Price.
Attach's
I'm
video
also known
out of all of them
Mhm.
so far that have retired is the best.
Yeah, I would
as
say
Mom
so.
Attach. My son is Dylan Attach Price. I do know that after one day after baseball practice, he went over to his friend's house, and his friend introduced him to Call of Duty. He fell in love. He came home and he asked for a
Like
game
Scumps was
console.
obviously great and everything, but just Attaches is just longer and
I don't know,
covers a lot more.
the way Scump retired was weird. Like he did it in the middle of a season, and then he just did it with like a video. I don't know. He could have done something so much better. I get it. The game was dog shit, but like, man.
And from that point on, he was hooked.
That's really what started it all. Then I eventually learned about game battles.
That's
Watched
facts.
the MLG stream. I think
That
it was like
game
a
was so
national
good.
tournament or something. Saw there was teams playing in person, but I thought it was the coolest thing ever, and that's when I knew I wanted to become a professional Call of Duty player.
Welcome to the 2008 National Championships pregame show.
I was on the Xbox
I
360
saw-
all day.
Did you see the video of Dashi and the boys talking? He said that he thinks that he's fist bumped a different person every major.
Oh my god.
He said that he fucks up with Merc a lot, and he's just like, he calls him fucking Skies, or he calls him Kenny by accident.
That's
every day.
actually
But
crazy.
even at times when my parents put
Like that right there just goes to show, man. They changed like 3-4 players in one
a
fucking
thing
season.
that had like a timer,
What the fuck?
and it only a certain
Yeah, it
key
was a lot
could add more
easier.
time. When that box would stop working, it would automatically shut down the Xbox 360. When I was seeing that number count down to 0, it was the most frustrating times ever. And I would go to school, think about COD, think about ways I could get out of school to go home and play COD.
He had to get his homework done. He had to maintain at least a B average in order for him to play the game after school.
I would try to get myself sick. I would not wear socks when it's cold out, go put my feet on the tile floors, try to do everything I can do to not have to go
To
to
not
school.
go to
get out of
school.
There would be times where I would have a sore throat and I would write on a piece of paper and show my parents and say, I can't speak right now because my throat's so messed up. So I was literally always dedicated to Call of Duty and wanting to play video games. World at War came around, and that's when I started going to my friend's house. We play like
Hello,
2v2
Governor.
PvPs. I bring my Xbox
It's
over there.
good.
And that's when we started like climbing the ranks in
We're
on
good.
game battles, and I guess lowering your rank.
Do you want
You
to
always
just
want
react
the
to this
lowest
video?
possible.
I actually gotta
And
take a
then
piss
NW
before we get in deeper into this.
Mm.
I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm. Had to keep myself muted because the fucking fire department was going off and shit.
The fire alarm?
Yeah, the the fire department alarm going off. They were doing a monthly test. You know, make sure the video's working and everybody can hear each other. Blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Then they did a weather test to make sure like all the kind of surrounding areas can, you know,
Yep.
make sure everything's good. We're all set.
Noise.
Plus, the fucking fire department is like right down the road. It's like literally like maybe
That's good dwarf.
15 to 20-minute walk.
What's going on?
Yeah, it's how it is for me. Even closer though.
Yeah. Then the train is like there's a fucking train, what is it, railroad crossing right down here. And the train yard is like a mile down the road, and
Drag that
Pretty
man
sure you did, my
here. I'm gonna deafen up while I finish this, yo. I'll be back though. Alright.
MW2 comes out. And actually in MW2, that's when I entered or bought credits, or my parents bought credits for me to enter a tournament. I still remember to this day. It was a free-for-all tournament, and I was playing on High Rise. It was a rainy day outside. I was like, oh, it's a rainy day. This is my element. I lost the tournament. I didn't do anything. I don't even remember if I got past round 1 or anything. So I had, I'd have my mom's camera as GB proof too, to when people would leave games. So I have some clips from like God 4.
That's so funny, man.
Talking where I was like, hey guys.
Have your mom take.
The matches through his
Bruh.
care package. Care packages are not allowed.
He left the game after I was beating. Like, it was so bad being a squeaker. It was not fun. And then Black Ops 1 comes out, and that's actually when I went to my first event.
Black Ops 1. That's crazy, man. Black Ops 1 came out in like 2011. Yeah, Gianna in 2011. I would have been in grade 9.
I remember the first time I showed up to the Anaheim.
I remember when this fucking game dropped, bro. The day it dropped.
Spectating. Some of my friends from my hometown and we came out and watched just Call of Duty. The first time I ever been to a major event. I think I'm literally in this video. Wait, watch.
There he is, right there.
Is this like hypercrew.com?
Yeah.
Yeah? There you go. Good stuff.
Oh, wait, right there. Look at it.
Look how young he looks,
The
bro.
purple shirt. Right there.
Oh my.
Bro, he's like fucking 10.
We're going to get him again.
Oh, nice,
We
Loki.
actually
Good
gotta add that
shit.
in the video. Look, right, just down there.
Oh, really?
Right down there.
As now Assassin taking down Rambo, left up to Assassin, down to a 1-on-3.
Wow, Assassin's gonna have to do some serious work here. He is 6-1, so it is still a possibility.
Fear was playing Optic, Assassin Clutch like a 1v4 or something. You can see me in my teal shirt standing up.
He's going to be able to peek out there. He's been able to get a spot. And
How do you go, Chow? Holy fuck.
versus 3 comes up big. Assassin says, this is my situation. 20 seconds left in the round.
The fact that I can come to this event and get to watch it and see the professionals play on main stage, see the side stations as well, made me fall in love even more with the Call of Duty community, with competitive Call of Duty, and just made sure that I knew that I wanted to do this in my future and become a professional player one day. I still remember I was at my friend's house playing Black Ops 1. We were playing just some GB matches, but then COD XP was going on. So all the teams were going to COD XP.
Welcome to Call of Duty XP. We are at one of the
I remember
largest
this too.
tournaments ever
I
for
remember
Call of
this
Duty.
shit.
That was the first like $1 million tournament, and to see
This was a
people
big
win
event.
that much money at that time, I was like, wow, this is like a real career. I would have to try and convince my parents to let me go to tournaments.
Damn,
and,
that's
you know,
sick,
they're
bro.
not
There's
having
Big
any of
T.
that. I'm doing everything I can. I'm writing out
Holy
contracts with
shit.
them. If I get good grades and go to all my sports practices,
This is
and
a
all that,
fucking-
you'll let me go to a tournament. They're like, absolutely.
They got
not.
some
You're
good
not
clips
flying
in
to
here, bro.
Ohio or Texas to go play Call of Duty. That's just not happening. Maybe when you get older. After MW3 came out, that's when I actually went to my first local LAN.
A friend of his introduced him to local lands. You know, they were small tournaments.
Played against some pros for the first time. Placed pretty well in the free for all, the 2v2 and the 4v4. I think we got second in the 4v4.
He went to a couple and won.
It was awesome to just get out there and play, get my name out there, and really get my first LAN experience. And that's when, at that moment, I was like, wow, I could actually do this. Like, I could be really good. But then the biggest thing, which probably started this all, was I'm playing League of Legends at my desk in this room, on my laptop. I get a text or a call from my friend Kalani at the time. They were forced sketched for Anaheim. He knew I lived in California, so he hit me up. He's like, yo, do you want to come play at MLG Anaheim? And I was like, Yes, I would love to play at MLG Anaheim because I've been waiting for it, but I was gonna miss.
That's pretty cool,
only that I
man.
could travel to, because usually back then, like my parents were gonna let me fly to other places.
So he asked one day if I would be able to drive him down to a tournament, and I said yes, as long as you do your homework. I said I'll take you.
That one text message, that one opportunity to just show up to an event with the team of the day before, literally changed everything. It just catapulted my career it might help me rise to be a professional player. Just going there, playing well, meeting other top amateurs and some semi-pros at the time. It's crazy to think about it. Just a text message 12 years ago. A text message 12 years ago really changed everything in my life. So MLG Anaheim, where it all started, it was pretty insane how we met.
Yeah, honestly, like thinking back on it, it couldn't have been written like any different way. Like,
Yeah.
What are the chances of that? We end up going to the tournament. Someone on your team was friends with my teammate.
Yeah.
And then they all, like everyone did at events back then, everyone's friends are in one hotel room
Yeah.
or one area.
Everyone actually hung out back then.
Yeah, we got introduced to each other, started talking, whatever, and I found, you were like, yeah, I'm from LA too. I was like, I'm from LA. What the hell? No other players from LA. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
literally.
And then he's like, yeah, I live in Moore Park. I said, what? I live in Calabasas. What's going on over here? I was like, there's another gamer that lives right next
Yeah.
to me. And then from then on, we just became homies because I was mind
We were kind of like just forced to be friends just because back then I didn't know. I was like, there's no way there's any other gamers near me. Like, I thought I was the only gamer in the state of California pretty much.
Same.
I was like, wait, this guy goes to a high school that is kind of like a rival high school that plays
Yeah.
each other in sports.
Exactly.
That's crazy. And then we were kind of just like meant to be friends after that. Like you
Exactly.
found
That's
someone
pretty
that
cool.
actually plays Call of Duty, not only game battles but MLG,
But MLG.
like, scrimming, like.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Me going to school, it was actually a really fun, cool day. It was a rally day on a Friday, but this one day was pretty cool. And at the rally, they called me out and said some
Oh
cool
my
things about
God,
me.
bro.
So you guys are gonna see that in this video. And as always, hope you guys enjoy.
2015.
And after so many
That's a
years,
crazy
over a
transition.
decade, to be back here and
That's cool as fuck.
just be in this gym where there were so many memories. Of course, when I was a senior,
Let's go back to
winning
that.
the world
It was pretty cool. And at the
over a decade.
Look at the camera quality. Wow.
And after so many years, over a decade, to be back here and just be in this gym where there were so many memories. Of course, when I was a senior, winning the world championship and my friends chanting my name, the whole school cheering for me, it was incredible. But that's the end of that chapter. Before, when I first started my freshman year, no one except for my close friends who I would play Call of Duty with knew I was playing Call of Duty.
And we would see
Wow.
each other like around
Actually,
that.
Adapt said the same thing. He said after grade, I don't even know what grade he said, after grade 11, that was when like people started to notice that he was actually like, you know, he had some motion and like a fucking community. But before that, he never told anybody at his schools or anything like that. Anybody like IRL that he actually talked to, he just didn't tell anybody. He just uploaded.
Like other high school
Which is
parties or whatever,
crazy.
and people would be mind blown like, how do you guys know each other?
It was a lot different
'Cause
back
at that
then, man.
time, it was like a secret that no one
Yep.
knew you were a gamer, you know.
It was
So
the
we
same
would
thing
do-
for me when I was in high school, bro. I'd ride my bikes with my homies and shit, and like they knew I played Call of Duty, and like they did too, but like they didn't play it like that. You know what I mean? Like they just weren't into it like that, bro. I played this fucking game like literally every day, all the time. Like
Be like, yeah, we know each other from Little
if I
League.
wasn't outside,
can't
I was
name
on
one
COD,
position in
bro.
Baseball. We know each other in Little League.
Lamar doesn't even know how many players are on the diamond of baseball.
Exactly.
But yeah, it was always funny. Be like, yeah, how do you know each other? Yeah, we just know each other. Like, bro, we're just boys. No, nothing with Call of Duty. It's like, all right, peace out, accuracy.
And going into Ghost, which would be my junior year, I was like a semi-pro.
You got put onto like the top AM circle.
Yeah, I get onto like the semi-pro top AM
Yeah,
circle.
yeah,
That was
yeah,
crazy.
And everyone just realized, like, wait, who's this attached kid? I'm like, yeah, that's my shooter right there. Y'all don't know about him.
Yeah.
And then he just made a name for himself there, got picked up on the good teams with
Yeah.
like the other top AMs at the time and just took flight. And wow, I'm thinking back on it too. Remember when we
Fucking
went to
shitter.
Philly and Ghost? My dad flew with us.
Attach and Slasher, and Attach is the one you don't want to be against in this situation, as he is playing so well for Elevate right now at 10.
Is this rolling? Oh, hell yeah. Let's go, dude.
Zuma, 11 kills, 5 deaths. Attach, 10 kills, 5 deaths. I think Attach may pass him.
Yeah, you were an AR player at the time too, right? Like you were.
I think at the beginning of Ghost I was, but then I became a sub.
Yeah.
As the year went on.
You transitioned into a sub.
Yeah.
But I remember you as like a main AR player, like initially, like when you were first coming up, and you were like the young guy too.
But anyways, we are going into round 11 here, and we have Optic
Big
on
J.
the defense here.
And then that's the event where you like really made a name for yourself. I remember watching you beat Optic.
This roster right here, I used to watch a lot of this roster. Ricky, Nade, Big Timer, and Scump. I don't know why, but this is when I was also into like competitive COD. Like I've always been into competitive COD, but there's been a couple years where like I just haven't watched it as much, you know.
Beat Optic.
This year I watched quite a bit of it.
But anyways, we are going into round 11 here, and we have Optic on the defense here.
And then that's the event where you like really made a name for yourself. I remember watching you beat Optic.
This is for the tournament live. Able to go in big. The two players slide directly to his right. Goes in for the. No, it's not there. Where's he at?
Yeah, I remember some of this, man. Very fucking vaguely.
Optic, ladies and gentlemen, being eliminated from this tournament. That was a nail biter. That came down
that's pretty
to the
crazy.
wire.
Well, that's why I got my first pro placing in Ghost.
I was gonna say that was his
Actually,
first
January
tournament.
4th. I beat Optic, placed top 8, came back to school, and everything's acting like normal.
After Optic beat me, they eliminated us, and I watched.
I had to get your get back.
Yeah, that's my dog right there. And like that's when everyone started realizing like who Attach was. And that's what it was. It was crazy to watch how quick the come up was from there to that moment. Like was like this.
Yeah.
And everything changed from there.
Overall, look at those KDs. Attach is a main slayer.
Attach is such a good player. I've teamed with him on Curse Youth before.
I went to X Games that year as well, and that was actually the event where I think I signed my first autograph at X Games.
That's cool. First autograph at X Games.
Obviously, the can't wall bang that. That was like a big thing too.
Go now, go now, go now, go now.
Don't risk that.
You can't wall bang it. You can't wall bang it.
Yo, your teammates were fucking assholes, and one of them was Tony.
Attach!
Are you a
Attach, you
dumbass?
could have choked. Dude, Attach just choked.
Oh my God, Attach, you just choked. No shit. No shit, I choked.
Hey, man.
To make matters worse, I'm 2-8.
Bro.
2014
Damn.
Call of Duty Championship presented by Xbox.
That Champs was in LA at this time. So we went, I don't know where we got these fake IDs made from, but we got fake IDs to sneak into COD Champs 2014.
You had to be 18.
Not just to play, to spectate, you had to be 18.
Yeah.
K-Cap, he's gonna have.
Oh, wow.
I knew that Dylan would be very skilled at playing COD because
And Attach is gonna finish
So you can
up
even bring
12
like a
flawless game from him.
he went 12
like your
and
kid
0.
in
So
with
he did
you.
not die one time. That was pretty cool to watch.
I joined Rise towards the end of the year, and we got a couple top placings.
Who's got the fast
there's a knife.
It's Attached with 3.
He's gonna win one more cup.
Yes.
He's gonna win it.
Pac-Man.
The kid's a freak.
There's
the knife, and we
Mm,
talked about this young player,
jeez.
how talented he is.
People are getting fake IDs to go out to the club. We're getting fake IDs to go to a gaming tournament. You know,
That's dedication.
there's levels to this.
AW comes out.
Yep.
We start teaming in AW.
This is where things get interesting.
This is where
Yeah.
things get crazy because it's
Transition from there, fast forwarding to what happens next is like a crazy moment in my head to think about.
Prophecy getting the 6-1 win in a game 5 such in Detroit to beat them out.
Huge comeback by Prof. Just a grueling series out of them. I mean, we had.
But then getting second in pools led us to playing Optic winners round 1, and I think that's the best time to play them before they get like, you know, fired up and start their run. And being able to play them there is potentially what won us that tournament.
Hey guys, it's day 2 of the 2015 Call of Duty Championship presented
This
by
was really
Xbox.
well made.
Lead out to 15 points, has one pushing, able to clean that up. That was 3 down in a matter of seconds for Optic.
I literally still have Attach talking in the fucking in the gym.
To now seal the deal. Attach with some phenomenal flag plays.
When we went to the championship, I did not understand the magnitude
And then the Mum
of
Attach
that
segments.
Yo, this is insane. It's like a
This
movie,
is crazy. This is like a movie.
Literally, like we snuck in last year. We weren't even allowed to step foot in the venue. The next year, I'm watching my boy play in the grand finals in the same venue.
Yeah,
on that
that's
same
pretty
stage
nuts.
That we just like watched. Yeah. That's crazy.
That was my first ever tournament I won, and to go out there win a ring was crazy.
Yeah, that's
That
insane.
was his first tournament victory. So I said, "Yay! He finally won a tournament." I did not
Bro,
realize
that's
that it
crazy.
was the world championship until after the fact.
I forgot that
Come
this
back,
was his
I
first
started doing
tournament win.
school vlogs, 'cause everyone knows now. Like I just won the world championship. I have a couple of videos where I'm wearing my jersey to school, just hanging out with my friends.
Clay and
I actually don't think, like, I don't think anybody is really going to be able to beat that. Like, the youngest player to win champs. Like, dude, he.
won champs. You were insane. Clay was insane.
It's
so I was
almost
like, dude, the
physically
best people in
impossible.
the game's knocking at my door, like trying to play with me. I'm like, yeah, we were trying to make a team that was like really good to the point where we can actually go to these events and compete with the dynasty. Yeah, and the rest was history after that, man. I mean, we made that team and then we won what 3 out of the next 4 events.
Last man up, face again to take the UFG Dallas Grand Final 3-0.
Have the graduation vlog. I have, of course, the one where we're in this gym when my friends are chanting denials. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new champion. FaZe proves that the last land was not a fluke. They topple. Seconds remain, and Krim is going to get finished. FaZe will take your Season 3 championship.
To be able to come back here and reflect is an amazing feeling now
I
that
really
I actually
understand
know
what
what was
you're
going on. Because when you're 18, you know, you're just doing stuff. You're just living life and doing whatever you want to do. Yeah, I didn't really know where it was going to take me, but it was just something I feel like I needed to do. And I feel like this was a once-in-a-lifetime experience to be able to
Need to
compete
bring
at
on
the
some-
highest level and do it from such a young age that I just had to make the most of it.
The thing with Call of Duty, bro,
As you guys
with
know.
like compared to like actual sports, is like regardless if you have fucked legs or like, I mean, it gets to a point where you can't really play with fingers and shit like throughout your life. But like it's just weird how it's only young people. Like there's guys that can still completely compete and play this game,
Me, FaZe Attach,
but
my
it's
team,
just
Clayster.
everybody just retires, bro.
For the most part.
Even
I'm sure
fucking
a lot of you guys
Attach,
did
for
too.
instance,
I
like
know a lot of you guys did not like it.
this
but,
kid
Call
can
of
still
Duty Black
play
Ops
for
3
so
coming
much
out.
longer,
And I'm
bro.
very excited. I have very high hopes for that game. I'm so excited. Like I don't even want to talk about it because the more I want to talk about it,
And then after that, we go into Black Ops 3.
It'd be
That year
crazy.
we were good online. We were good online in that year, but
Well, I mean, I think a lot of people wanted us to change that year and
Yeah.
wanted us to make roster changes, but like we weren't bad. Like we would play every day and we would scrim and we were a good team. Like we were competing with the top teams. It just didn't land for us at events. So when it mattered most, we just
At
didn't
events,
clutch
we
up,
always,
and
yeah.
we just didn't do it. But we just believed in each other, honestly.
Don't fuck with that.
I feel like, especially now, right? I feel like back in the day, I'd probably say we probably should have changed.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
I think that was a mistake on our part. But I mean, now you see it now. Like you get like 1 or 2 months if you're not performing, you know,
That's it.
you could dig yourself a hole, right? So you have to make changes quick. But Black Ops 3 is kind of where like it spiraled a little bit. You know what I mean?
We're moving to a team house, Austin, Texas.
Yeah, dude.
My first time moving out.
Yeah,
My first time
honestly,
moving out of the crib.
good times, but also bad times.
Let's go AOG,
EG.
EG.
For a
But listen,
little
this
bit,
is the
but-
grind after the grind you don't see.
We had our fun, you know. Clay every once in a while would come out his room,
He
you
was
know.
never
you
out.
know, Clay was to himself that year.
Bro, I literally leave my room maybe once a day.
That looks so much
We're
younger.
in Columbus,
Holy
Ohio.
fuck.
We just got third at playoffs. And I remember when we're in a circle, like the team and some other people, probably like Tommy, maybe Ricky, and like some other like people from FaZe. We're not saying we're gonna make a change, but don't be surprised if we do make a change. Like no one, take it personal or anything.
Yeah,
'cause, like,
no bad blood and
'cause
stuff.
we just wanted to win at that point.
Mhm.
We're tired of getting second and third throughout
We
the whole
we
year.
thought it'd be better for everybody to make a change.
Yeah.
Like even if one of us went somewhere else,
Yeah.
you know, like it'd just be better for us all. You know what I mean?
But then we made our change. We get guns,
Yeah,
and our
yeah.
first match, we're playing Envy. We go game 5 on throwback S&D. I think I have like 16 or 17. We end up losing. And then I know Gunless was freaking out after we lost to MV2. So then I think our team was just kind of like whatever. Like,
Yeah,
I-
Gunless tends to do that from time
Yeah.
to time.
Big Pierce. But
Yeah, big pig.
Crowder or Chris had been retired at the time.
Yeah.
And then we also pick up Preston Priesta.
Yep.
He was really good at IW. He got
One
banned
thing
out of
that
pro weights.
We were so
like a
bad
lot of people
online
do
that we
forget,
didn't
and same with
make it to the
myself,
pools.
even because I have played before. It's like the amount of time you have to put in and day out, and like these guys have done this for a long time already.
Had to play through open
kinda
bracket,
get it.
and then we went on to make on land. We made the greatest open bracket run of all time.
This level of talent rising out of the open bracket.
I just don't get why they like
FaZe Clan.
why they retire. Like, why don't you just take a couple years off and then just go back in or something? Like, I don't.
This does not happen. We don't ever get to see open bracket
don't-
teams like this make it all the way to the closing moments of Championship Sunday. FaZe Clan, despite all the hate and doubters when this roster formed, their deplorable online performance has carried them this far.
We played TK
Yeah.
first round, where TK was the best team in the game. They won MLG Dallas. They won.
It's just a
Nova.
lot of
Everyone knew they
time,
were the best
man.
in the
Like,
game. We
if
played
you
them
have
round one.
kids and
We get
you do this
3-0.
shit,
Yeah,
it's like
you know,
literally impossible
This is
to
bad. So
fucking.
we start losing round one.
I remember this.
This is a
You
whole
just have to
crazy
spend so
drama.
much
I don't
time
know
with
how
the
much
team and
really
do
talk
shit,
about,
bro.
But we literally made a roster change
Get better.
that night of we lost.
After we 3-0'd them, the
Sit
deal
ups,
was
you
done,
motherfucker.
sealed, wrapped. We were just gonna finish the
What's good,
weekend
Kino?
out, and then me and Kenny were gonna go to FaZe, and that was
You're
gonna be our team for
washed?
the rest of the season.
I think Chris
Damn.
and Preston heard about it, and like rumor just spreads quick. It spreads like wildfire. So like, I remember the next day we're at the Columbus Studios. That's where the tournament was. We go to the pro lounge,
God.
so we all sit down, and you give us this speech. And you're like,
Hey, listen, no pressure. Like, obviously, there's rumors floating around, and obviously, there's shit happening right now. But I mean, we know what we're capable of. Like, we know what we can do. Like, we know we can win this, right? Like, if we just take it one match at a time. But let's just have some fun and like enjoy ourselves and like just relax a little bit. Like, no pressure.
In the game 5, FaZe Clan knocked out. He's gonna get transferred. 3 seconds. FaZe Clan clutch up.
And man, did that shit work? Cause we went crazy after that. Man, we went crazy.
The comeback seems to be dead. The comeback seems to be dead. He runs through his own artillery. He runs through his own artillery.
Somehow they wake up the next day and learn how to play Call of Duty.
How did he not die to that?
Atash is able to win it. It's all on Scump now. It's all on Scump, and he is dropped. He's traded out. The second is there. FaZe Clan get the victory. We're
What
going
the
to
fuck?
another game 5. It's Priesta working on the ace to close this out. Scump sitting through mid-map. Doesn't have time to work with. And FaZe Clan for the first time since the Season 3 playoffs of Advanced Warfare in 2015 are your champions.
Wow, that's a
I was
long
sitting there, I was
time.
like, I don't know. Should I be happy or mad? Like, I'm happy my boy won, but I'm also kind of mad because I know it would have been better for all of us if it went the other way. But that was like another legendary moment for you. You got immortalized at that time, like with running through the artillery, and you won like I think Esports Player of the Year
from
the year for that. I mean, that's gonna live on in Call of Duty history forever. That run and that moment and that play, like everyone's gonna remember that. That's one of your many immortalized moments, which is kind of crazy.
Obviously, GG Stop the Gaming, an amazing team, and it was pretty crazy what we did. Tommy and I could actually win together, surprisingly. Preston, I don't know who he is or how he got on FaZe, and Chris, he's a decent AR. I would consider him a decent AR.
We showed so much resilience through it all, you know, that like I don't know how we did that, honestly.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the first game of Knockout Play to commence. Team Envious versus FaZe Clan.
So we go to champs. We lose. I think we get reverse swept by Envy. Winners round 1.
Oh no! Restaurant and FaZe are falling.
Like a reverse swept.
A 1v4 to stay in the winners bracket.
Crossover towards the A-bomb site. Even a member here, Classic, as he finds the kill. That's it. Done and dusted is FaZe Clan as Envy complete the reverse.
It is do or die for FaZe Clan. Game 5.
We're down 1-5.
Yep.
We're down 1-5.
This is nuts. I always bring up this game 5 because I went crazy that map, and I always bring it up because it went all the way down to around 11.
And Chino, he falls! FaZe Clan forces the round 11.
I remember before that, because we brought it back. I remember saying before that, I was like, I don't care what happens after this. I love you guys.
Yeah, you did say
and
that.
Then Chris is crossing to like A-bomb or something to the 10 building. He gets hit marker.
Yeah.
He gets like, yo, I got hit marker. And I go, nice. I was like, thank God.
Oh, he couldn't do it, and Zuma gets first blood.
And then I think you get a first blood, and we end up winning that. And I just remember that moment.
He's gonna force the 1v. Does he get it? He cannot! And FaZe Clan makes the comeback and wins the round 11 to progress on to play E-United. Wow!
Like we were so hype on that
Bro,
stage.
we were shooting the famous picture
Yeah,
of like
I was
us
like,
screaming and we
we
were
were screaming. Oh my God, that was.
Bro, after that moment,
Oh my God.
in my head, I thought we won champs. I'm
I
like,
did
dude, we're
too.
top 3 now. Like, we just made the
It
craziest
is, you know
comeback.
it
Like,
is.
we're doing it again.
Top 4. We were top 4.
Or top 4. It was giving
Oh
me
my.
season 1 vibes.
Yeah.
to where like I'm like.
Okay, is this a piece of hair that I'm seeing right here? That is pissing me the fuck off.
I think we go up 3-1 game 5.
Yeah.
And they ended up coming back and losing.
No replays go down. And there's the pick from Kenny. Team Caliber will progress to the grand finals of the Call of Duty World Championship.
That would have been your ring.
That would have been my ring, man.
Oh my God! Looking back, bro, that's probably one of the most heartbreaking events ever.
Whereas FaZe Clan on this fine Sunday afternoon, they've been the Heartbreak Kids. They take down EU United 3-0 fashion after that miraculous comeback a match before against Team Envious. You got to figure these guys, they're just riding one huge wave of momentum right now. And they know.
I was devastated after that, man.
That was
like that one was like that one like stung for a little while.
Yeah.
You know, it still stings now a little bit, but like I mean, it is what it is. Like you know, over it. Like.
I gave my boy alley-oop. I gave him an alley-oop. He didn't get a ring.
I fumbled it.
He didn't get a ring.
I fumbled it. Damn. Don't remind me, bro.
That's crazy. I'm like, all right, whatever. At least if I'm not gonna win champs and get my second ring, my boy's gonna win champs and get his second ring. Get slammed.
Bro, what the fuck? What am I reading in chat right now?
4 year. We ended up stop teaming. That year was a wash, really.
But now it is time. Evil Geniuses versus E United. It all starts right now.
Up 2-1, you won the 1v1 versus the BZ. Map 3 to win map 3.
Bomb go top. He gets the damage in. He can't fix it.
Oh my God.
DRK7. Are you kidding me?
I won the 1v1 for the ring. We go to map 4.
We're dominating in map 4, bro. Oh my
Donk,
God.
bro. Why are you trying to win the game?
Yo, I was like, yo, I got blue. I got blue. I'm crack aiming, bro. I'm like, I'm crack aiming.
United. It's a revenge tour right now for Evil Geniuses. 10 seconds away.
Ready, like we're gonna win on this hill. And then, boom, a grab slam just comes, kills me, kills the other guy. So it was like wasted grab slam.
From moving on to our winner, Semi Apathy
Oh no.
with the slam.
Oh no.
There's no contest, and United with the comeback.
But then we ended up just choking that map really bad. We would have
Fuck.
3-1 to United, who ended up winning champs. And LA Teen United, instead of playing in the grand finals, would have played
losers bracket for top 8.
Top 8.
Simp with the map of his career goes huge in the game 5. And E United take the series.
Fuck.
But Joe, what a series it was.
So bad.
That was really bad.
Because then
That's one of the worst chokes in COD history.
Yeah. Just,
for sure.
That was the only time I've ever like choked a match or a map. And literally after that map, my ears were like ringing. Like I got hit with a stun grenade.
Yeah, that would have been. So he would technically have 2 rings right now then. Fuck.
Give him a challenge, and he always rises up to the challenge. But when he's
Because
not
he only has
successful,
1, right?
Yeah, it bugs him. Yeah, it bugs him very much. He's not a good loser.
We turned down more money from other teams to go to New York because we're like, yo, this is gonna be awesome. We're gonna live in New York City, like live together in the big city, like it'll be a movie. Like the money that we're losing is worth it because it's gonna be like a crazy experience, even though we still got like great money.
Right, yeah.
And it was like gonna be like, we had this whole dream and everything built up to it. We make a great team. We get Tommy, we get Donnie, we had Trey at the time.
Hey guys. What's up, G? What the?
First like few weeks we're in the city was lit. Like I mean obviously it's New York City, right? There's so much to do in the city, like best city in the world.
We are upstairs on the roof right now, and this is incredible. This is incredible.
And then going in, everything's great. Boom, COVID hits.
Yeah.
We have 3 weekends in a row, 3 tournaments in a row, a lot of champs news. So yeah, we're at the.
That was it, man.
And we won a home series that
We won
year.
a tournament. We won the New York home series.
Yeah, we did. That was far.
Bro.
It is a fast 3-0, and what a performance
Jesus
it
Christ, man.
was. Subliners do it for the first time. The second
Look,
team.
go
There's
roll
expectations 'cause we had
Yeah.
like big name players on the team. Like you and Tommy were playing together again. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of expectations on the table, and we had to deliver at least one win.
At least one,
like
yeah.
at least one. And we ended up getting that, which was good. And then that season ends, and we go into
Cold War.
Back to day 4 of Major 2. We've got a hell of a match to kick things off. And
Moscow game 5.
I think we were down like 3-5 or something. We get to round 11.
Here we go. Round 11 time.
I think it became a 2v3, me and Lamar. I run up to Eskies to pinch him because they're on that bomb site over there. I start shooting him. I get like 2 people hurt, but don't kill anyone. And I'm like, no, we lost. Because I just know it's a 1v3 now.
Yeah. I thought we lost too.
Yeah. And then
He's gonna hit Xyz. Scuff is just holding. Scuff is just holding. Wins the fight. Accuracy, though, they line up. They line up for accuracy, and he wins it.
oh my God, they line up for accuracy.
I've seen that clip so many fucking times.
The clip's burned in my mind. Like the clip's really burned in my mind, and the reaction.
Yeah, no
Dylan's
kidding.
Grabbing his head.
Like,
Dylan's grabbing his head, like going crazy. Like
What the
that was.
fuck?
I used all my Cold War juju for the whole year on that one play.
Hello and welcome back. It is time for the Major 5 an event there with them. I swear he hasn't aged at all, but he's been around forever. Dylan, attach, ready to rock.
We were just terrible 2 weeks ago. Then we just beat
What the
literally
fuck,
the top
bro?
3 teams, and now we're sitting in the grand finals.
You guys go down 0-4.
You're probably like, let's go. All right, they're not gonna win though.
Yeah, and then this is when they reverse swept
A
them.
terrible birthday present would be the team that drops
Right?
me wins an event. So like they're down 0-4, they're getting slammed. Like they're not gonna win, right?
Time is dwindling. There's the angle. Cletus wins 1. Attach finishes it. It is done. The greatest comeback in the history of Call of Duty esports.
Yeah, and then another like legendary moment comes out for his career where they reverse sweep. Like, then you do some crazy stuff. Then you super.
No, that's
mega reverse sweep
that's
5 maps
crazy.
straight.
I don't even think that's actually happened since.
What a series on a rocker. Mentally to bounce back, being down 0-4.
I'm literally
You're like,
shocked.
what?
Yeah. I'm
How did
actually
that
mind blown. Like, wow, they actually did that. Like, that was insane. Literally a 5-map reverse sweep. And then I remember you texting me right after you guys won. You were like,
That
"Yo, my
5-map
bad, we
reverse
won, but
sweep
don't
is
trip, I'm gonna get you a
crazy.
good birthday present because this was crazy. I was literally mind blown. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And then that's another legendary moment for you guys. No one will ever be able to like. I don't think anyone will ever win a finals like that again. Like down 0-4, 0-5, or whatever it is, to come back and win. Like that's another legendary moment for you that no one can ever take away from your career, and that's like it's an accolade. Like it's a big deal. You know what I mean?
I wasn't on Rocket anymore because we had been on Rocket for so long, and so I ended up joining Vegas Legion. I mean, when you join Vegas, you know things aren't going too well. Theory and Sam Phoenix, it gave me an opportunity. And honestly, this Vegas Legion season and MW3, I loved MW3 as a game, and I just loved the team we had. We were fighting against all odds. Because most teams are living in the same spot, have a practice facility. We didn't have any of that. We were spread out all over the country, and it was tough. The only time we met up was at tournaments. And I wanted to just be the first player to get Vegas Legion to COD champs. I wanted that so bad. And we unfortunately were really close. We were so close, literally 1 match away. And if you look at all the majors, we were honestly choking at every major. We should have at least placed top 6 3 times. So that was unfortunate. I just really wanted that. Like looking back, that season was really special. Like my passion was so, like my hunger, my drive was at, honestly probably maxed out that year. Like I wanted to make the impossible happen. That's what I would always do in my career, make the impossible happen. Whether it's running through our artillery round 11, coming back from down 0-4 reverse sweep, making a crazy losers run, reverse sweeping a team, then winning 2 best-of-7s and 2 best-of-5s in the finals. I always did stuff in the craziest fashion. I never wanted to just go win easily. I always wanted to make it this extreme movie-like scene to go win a tournament. And after Vegas, I got the opportunity to join Cloud9 alongside Sib, Kremp, Mac, and Coached by Accuracy and Arian. Had high expectations going into the season. Unfortunately, it just didn't pan out. I wish I could have ended it all on a better note. Everyone dreams they can go off on a high, win a tournament and call it quits right there. But that's just not how it went. And I wish we could have done better because Cloud9 was also
I'll
great
do 'em after
organization.
this.
Jack was amazing. Our managers were
After I'm done
amazing,
reacting to this
and
shit.
They took such great care of us. So when you have people supporting you like that, you want to do better for them. And unfortunately, as a team we didn't, and as an individual, I didn't either. So it really hurt that it had to go that way. But with actually retiring, it was just time. I'm 28. I'm the unk now. I was the second oldest Call of Duty player when I did retire in the league. So I just knew it was time. 28. you want to experience some other things in life as well. You can't just sit inside and scrim all day every day. I've been playing Call of Duty for 18 years, been a professional for 11 or 12 years, so that means I don't even want to know the amount of hours I've put into Call of Duty. It's something insane, but it just feels like a blessing that I could sit here now and find some success in a career in Call of Duty here, and talk to the community, talk to everyone that's watching this, and the Call of Duty community is just so special. Of course, you know, there's times where everyone's roasting each other. The community's roasting the pros are roasting the community, everyone's roasting each other, but when something happens, the Call of Duty community will always go together and stand up for each other and just be there. So I definitely want to find a way to still be involved in the Call of Duty community and still help out any way I can.
I wonder if he'll be a
because it's such
content creator
special
for
place.
anybody.
It changed my life, and I want to help change some other lives as well.
Like if he'll sign a
Well,
contract
first
with
of all, I
him.
have to tell you, he did not ask me for permission to retire. As of late, he had been.
She was probably like, "What the fuck?"
Talking about, you know, the time is coming soon for him to start to do something different outside of competing. It was quite a surprise to me, to be honest, that it's happening sooner than later, I would say. I feel like because it's been such a big part of not only his life but mine's as well.
That'd be a big adjustment for her.
He's, you know, that
I'd be like 10 years
he's
of his
making me
adolescence, like
retire
going to tournaments, fucking.
from my job of being his HR manager for all these years, I have to say, and I can't say that I'm very happy about it. You know, it breaks my heart, and I'm very sad that that I no longer have to go attend these tournaments on a regular basis since my son, you know, will
That'd
not
be so weird,
competing
man. Like,
anymore. I've loved the scene for so many years.
I can tell she's just heartbroken, bro.
Amazing.
Damn.
And I've had all these experiences.
Oh, that's her right there.
that I never thought I
That was
would.
when he played for Legion.
It's been amazing. And I've had
Yep.
all these experiences.
Look at her hair. Holy
Never
shit.
thought I would. In that regard, I'm so grateful to my son to wanna
Jesus
play with me.
Christ. You're gonna be his unk.
Yeah, it's been an incredible ride. An
Yeah, I
amazing
bet.
journey.
Yeah, it was just crazy. I mean, it's crazy to think about Full Circle. Like, this whole conversation we just had, like, it's starting. I can literally vividly remember
How do you out-unk
him
unk?
walking into that hotel room in Anaheim and becoming friends with him there, rapping it 12 years later.
Yeah, 12 years later,
12
over a
years-
decade
Yeah,
later.
12 years later.
It's
to
cool
now,
that
like,
they
coaching you for your
would have
last
probably
season
went to
and
the
everything,
same school if they lived like
it
2
really
blocks
comes full
closer.
You know, like for me watching, I was always
based on
pro
where they
Dylan,
both lived
man,
or
always
whatever.
rooting For you. I'm so pro Dylan.
Like, what a
all the
small
time.
world, bro.
The other time I made a fucking jingle and stuff,
It was
you
bad.
know.
Like,
I
I
just-
started that towards the end. I lost the passion. I was giving you a couple 0.7s. It made it hard for you to support me. You know, it is what
I
it
mean,
is.
hey, listen, bro. I, you know, this is my boy right here. You know what I mean? And you know, I know how much he's been through. And you know, I loved watching you play. You know, for me, like every time watching you, like in my head, like I'm always rooting for you.
This is Austin's idea. Some
Remember
great
he had
things
the
brought over.
jingle?
Actually, some pictures.
Dylan attached. Dylan attached.
Look at them and then sort of
Fucking
whatever's
Christ,
going
man.
on, explain them and talk about them.
Wow.
that's fun.
When was that?
Oh God.
Oh man, look at us there.
I want to see like subliners at the beginning or something.
Bro, we look so different.
So one of his friends from high school made this big head from Dylan when they attended the Call of Duty World Championship.
What the fuck?
So crazy to look back on with Tommy.
You've had a legendary career, and honestly, throughout my whole career, you being right next to me and doing everything you did was like very motivational and inspiring.
Yeah.
So I looked up to you during that time.
Attached and remarkable for that squad.
Yeah.
Oh, I had the cast
You're
on
the
my
cast
hand.
and you're-
Yeah, this was.
Probably run your shit in a 1v1? Probably, bro.
Pictures at Yankee Stadium.
We're just gonna hope for the best. Hopefully I don't suck.
That's the 8th for Attach this round. 12-0, a flawless game from him.
This fit's fucking insane.
I wonder how many tournaments he competed in total. Fucking 12 years, bro, or like however many years he competed. That's a long time, dude.
We really need to give credit to Attach.
That's a really long time.
The thrill of competition, when your blood gets going, the adrenaline.
Gross. Yo, Ruth was good, yo.
We finally go, and it's Attach. The long match as Attach somehow stays alive. Trades back and forth. Attach. Watch it down. Oh my goodness.
We've been through it all.
I've been good, bro. I've been good. How you doing?
Fucking love you, bro.
Appreciate you popping in, man.
A decade of Call of Duty.
Bro.
Let's go.
That's actually crazy to think about, bro.
That was good work.
Like going back through all that right now, like memory lane was like.
Not too bad.
How'd I do?
A couple times, right? Good. I just want to say thank you guys for everything. You changed my life. You changed my family's life, and I'm very excited to just see where all this goes. Hopefully, Call of Duty keeps growing, and hopefully, just esports in general keeps changing lives because it changed mine. And just loved being here. Loved playing Call of Duty every day, playing the new game every single year. Calling each game the best Call of Duty of all time. And don't worry, the game after Black Ops 6, not sure what it is yet, but I have a feeling it is going to be the best Call of Duty of all time. So I cannot wait to play it. Thank you to everyone that's been involved in my journey. It's been an absolute pleasure. And if I haven't
He's
gotten
gonna
to
go
meet you
play
yet,
League
I'm
now.
still gonna be around at some events, I'm sure.
He's been working
to
and
meet all
streaming,
you.
nice.
And I'll see you guys in the stream, see you guys at other places, and just thank you for everything. I can't say thank you enough, but I will see you guys soon.
Doing a dance, doing a dance. That was a good video, man. So, did he edit that himself, or did he have somebody else?